Alright everybody, as you can see, I already have reference images up for the Give Me Prop project. And one of the things that I wanted to show you is that you can see I have a variety of images and I can break these down into simple shapes. That's how I can really create this Give Me Prop project. It's not worrying about all these things I have to get right, but instead having enough images that I'm combining and breaking those down in order to make these as simple and concise as possible. So if you look here, I've marked out my different subjects in pink. And you can see these are not that complicated shapes. Wings are a big trapezoid with triangular tips. They have little triangles inside that are feathers. With bird skull, it's just a circle and a triangle. And glasses are two big circles. And I can measure the space between each individual part to determine how everything relates to one another and create a basic, accurate drawing. Now, you may have noticed that this is not Photoshop. This is a program called Sketchbook Pro. And the reason I'm using this instead of Photoshop is because it has a symmetry tool. And you can see, even just by looking at my reference images, a lot of my items are perfectly symmetrical. So when I draw on one side, it automatically draws on the other side. So I can create really slick, nice, concise icons. Oh, we're not making icons. I can make really nice, concise weapons. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to do sketches and basic shape. Then I'm going to add surface detail. Then I'll create a new layer and outline them. Everything, the keyboard shortcuts for the most part, is the same as it is in Photoshop. So if you know how to navigate Photoshop, you should be able to navigate Sketchbook Pro just fine. This is $60, a one-time fee. And if you go up to File, instead of Add Image or Place Embedded like Photoshop has, it just says Add Image. It also has pencil tools that actually look like paintbrushes and pencil tools, which is pretty cool. But I'm going to go down to Lance, my Lance layer here. And I'm going to turn off the groups that my other reference images are on here, to where just my Lance folder is turned on. I'm going to take my group and move it over just a little bit so I can see what I'm working with here. I'm going to make sure symmetry's turned on. So this is just my sketch layer. So I'm going to be very light-handed. I'm going to start blocking out some shapes. Now I can change where my symmetry line is. I'm going to be right down there, so I'm just going to get that center there. I'm looking at my reference images a little bit. What I want is for this to be like a chord. For it to have little friends that shoot off either side, that look like birds. Only part of it is actually going to be symmetrical. Just blocking off shapes. And for the most part, I'm sticking to my reference images. But a little bit, I'm going to deviate. What I'm doing is I'm marking off where I'm going to put new shapes in that better match the character. And I am doing the Luna Lancer Cyborg Girl. Alright everybody, so you can see I completed 2 props and I actually labeled whether or not they were the implement or weapon, etc. And I put give me props for Zara Loonlancer down at the bottom. Present your work nicely. I even have the actual character these were based for or created for right here. This looks nice. Take that extra time to make your presentation look professional. There's 2 more I gotta do. Remember, there's 4 total. And I want you to think about this project as if you have to turn them into an employer. I hope that you remember to look up reference images. Break those reference images down to its basic contours and simple shapes, and incorporate and alter those into your props so you're not drawing from out of your head. Then, of course, you can darken your lines to make them look inked and professional, and add labels as necessary. Thank you and have a wonderful class.